Wagwan beautiful people, welcome to yet another video. I hope you guys are feeling good. I'm glad to be back with another video, and in today's video I just want to give you an update on what has been going on in Chelsea. Of course, the semi-final happened yesterday. It was a show, to be honest. Well, for the first 90 minutes it was pretty boring, but then the 90th minutes, Real Madrid just switched the whole thing up. So very interesting game, I have to say, but I was rooting for Man City. I know Real Madrid kicked us out, so I cannot be rooting for Madrid. Why? Anyway, guys, I'll be telling you what's going on, the latest news about who will be our next one. Of course, I confirmed with you guys that multiple sources have mentioned that Todd Boehly is the preferred bidder. So I'll be getting into that. More news has been released. Of course, there is a bit of an issue with the loan situation with Roman Abramovich. The whole thing is just pretty frustrating, but there is a deadline. May 31st is the deadline, and that is what we are working with. So if you're new to the channel, please make sure you click the subscribe button, like the video if you're new, and stick to the end. You'll enjoy the content. So let's jump right into it. So in terms of the ownership business, so that was a very long thread on Twitter that was released with the latest news concerning Chelsea about the ownership with the reporter Ben Jacobs. Ben Jacobs from CBS Sports reported, what is going on in Chelsea. He apparently has some sources within Chelsea that after the Wednesday meeting with Todd Boehly and the Rain Group, he has some updates. I'll just read out the first tweet and maybe you guys can check it out at your free time. So this is what Ben Jacobs had to say. Boehly Clear Lake takeover of Chelsea is now very close to completion. Rain sources tell me Wednesday talks were highly productive with no alternative options being explored. Sources within Boehly say that they have remained calm and confident that they will own Chelsea. Now, he goes on to talk about Roman Abramovich, 1.5 billion, the debt that he, at the beginning of the whole saga when we were sanctioned, Roman Abramovich was very nice. He was like, you know what, I love you guys. You guys are sanctioning me, it's no problem. I love my club. I've been here for almost a decade. I'll leave. And as a parting gift, I will be forgiving the debts. Now, in terms of the agreement with Todd Boehly and the Rain Group, it was not mentioned that the loan would be part of the bid. So the bid was continuing without the loan. So this is an issue. And the government is saying that they don't want to release the funds because the funds will go to Roman. And if the funds go to Roman, it will affect the whole Russia and Ukraine war. But at the same time, this thing is just getting messy. One day we'll get to the point of, yes, we have a preferred bidder. Yes, we know our owner. And then the next minute, Roman is like, you know what? You guys want to give me my frozen assets. In terms of the debt. In terms of the debt, he was supposed to be gaining from it, He was supposed to be getting the 1 billion. But the government has said they're going to make sure that they get the proceeds from the debt, that is the 1 billion, approximately 1 billion, and they will make sure that it goes to the Ukraine crisis and it helps the people in need in Ukraine, which is very noble. I understand that. But then they said that not all of the money will go there. So the thing is just so, here's the thing, yeah. I just don't get why they're giving us such a hard time. We're already having a hard time as it is as a club. We're losing games. We got kicked out of the Champions League. We only have the FA Cup, and Liverpool are not looking like they're joking. So this thing needs to be sorted. Now, to follow up, I think one thing I need to really mention is the fact that sources close to the process have told the Times that the sale can be completed with no money being paid to Camberley until the government is satisfied. None of the 1.6 billion will go to Abramovich or his beneficiaries. Instead, more than 2.5 billion for the purchase of the club will be paid to the government, allowing ministers to donate 1 billion to the Ukraine crisis. The remainder will be held until other issues with the trust are resolved. Here's the thing. The thing is just getting a bit too political for me. Of course, it got political when the UK sanctioned Roman, and from then on it has just been chaos. They released some information slowly. Apparently, in terms of the loan, Todd Boehly did not expect it to be part of the deal, so there's a bit of confusion there. And now the government is saying that they want to make sure that Roman Abramovich does not get any of the proceeds, so they want to take the money, send it to the people in send to the people in Ukraine, the Ukraine crisis, but they want to keep the remainder due to trust issues. Really? Guys, I feel like there's something fishy going on and this thing should be sorted. Of course, in terms of Todd Boehly, he's feeling very confident. He's feeling as though towards the end of the week, this process will be completed. And I hope it's finally finished, because what? We do not have a license. We cannot even source players. We are having a defenders crisis. Almost all our defenders are leaving. So we need to take action as soon as possible. Now, in terms of Sir Radcliffe, his bid, of course, is not part of the process. He just came in, as a private company, private group. He just came in, threw in the bid, and he said that if Manchester United was for sale, that's what he would go for. I feel like his priorities are not in the right place. I don't think he'll get the bid. I feel like he just put it out there for more exposure, for more PR, more of a PR stunt to me. But he said he still feels confident that he will continue with the bidding process. Will it continue? I highly doubt. Now, in terms of Todd Boehly, I feel like due to the numerous sources that have reported him being the preferred bidder, it's safe to say he has won. Now, he is not the only person who will be owning Chelsea. He's just, I think, more like the face of the consortium, of the group that will be coming to own us. So this whole process is a bit complicated, but patience, But for how long? The deadline is on May 31st. We have counting days. Transfer window is about to open. Lots and lots of things going on. But in terms of the game yesterday, I have to talk about it. Real Madrid put on a show. I mean, the player that really stood out for me was Camavinga. I mean, he came in as a substitution, and of course Rodrigo with the super goals. But Camavinga came in, did all the tricks and traits. He had the fluidity in the midfield. He had the speed. Camavinga was a very good player. I have to give him that. I mean, Man City were drained. They were drained. They played well. They defended solidly throughout the game. But then 90th minute, not cancel out Real Madrid till the last minute. That is a lesson I have learned from this season. I mean, they kicked us out. They kicked Man City out. Now they face Liverpool. Good luck to them. I do not support either or. And I wish them nothing but bad luck. I don't wish them good luck. So anyway, guys, in terms of Chelsea news, of course, Callum Hudson-Odoi has joined training. This is great news. Of course, Callum Hudson-Odoi in the beginning of the season was really great when he was given the opportunity. He had some assists. He played really well. So it will be nice for him to come back. I mean, the guy chopped his hair off. That's serious business, right? When Mason Mount cut his hair, all of a sudden he started scoring goals. Superstitious, a little bit. But in terms of Callum Hudson-Odoi, it's good to have him back. In terms of the game on Saturday, I'll be giving you my preview. Now, my expectations, I don't have expectations anymore. My expectations are just, Chelsea have just lowered them to the least possible expectation. Guys, Leeds game will be a tough game. We'll definitely have to put on a fight. We have had enough time to rest though. I feel like this should be an opportunity for us to prove ourselves. Thomas Tuchel has carried himself with grace throughout this period of the whole saga of the sanctions, but at this point, we need players. Todd Boehly has mentioned he will support Thomas Tuchel in his summer transfers, summer signings, whatever he wants to make. He loves how he carried himself. I love how he carried himself. So let's see what happens. But that is in terms of what's happening in Chelsea. Now, N'Golo Kante has been nominated for the best Frenchman playing abroad at the annual trophies UNFP, and the guy deserves it. Although this season he has been a bit tricky, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he's had some games where he's been good, he's been all over the place, but some games were just not for him and he was just not doing it. But congratulations to N'Golo Kante. In terms of more news of our players, now Rudiger has been nominated for Goal of the Month in the month of April. He deserves it. I mean, for crying out loud. I mean, that was the longest yard goal that has been scored this season, and I think he should win it. Don't you guys think so? Rudiger with his shithousery, he's leaving. I mean, Fabrizio, after Real Madrid won, he mentioned that the next big news coming to Real Madrid is Rudiger moving there, and it's just full of stars. And I have to mention this. Of course, Real Madrid won the La Liga title, but we'll be getting bonus, We'll be getting bonus because we sold Eden Hazard to him. And if Real Madrid win the Champions League, we'll get more bonus. Now, where is all this money going? Because our accounts are frozen. something needs to be done about this whole ownership business. We need to get back our team. We need to get back to who we are. We are the freaking champions of Europe. Former. But we need to get back to our original selves. I mean, so much has been happening, but at the same time, we just need to stay composed. In terms of the players, it's good to see them training. Lukaku has mentioned he wants to leave. No surprise there. I mean, Chelsea have mentioned that if he's open to leaving, they will be selling him for, I think, 75 million pounds or euros, 75 million euros. And what a loss. What a flop. I don't want to discuss it, but it is what it is, and that is the latest in terms of what is happening in Chelsea. Now, in terms of our owners, once the process is finished, I will be very happy. I know you'll be very happy too. In terms of Marina and Bruce Buck, will they be leaving? Now, there's a whole debate going on about whether or not they'll be staying. The government does not want any of Roman Abramovich's associates to benefit whatsoever from anything coming from Chelsea. So it's going to be strict. It's going to be hard on us. But what haven't we faced? I mean, we played the whole season with sanctions and we've done fairly well for ourselves. We are back in the top 4 race. Another thing we're struggling with. We should not be in this top 4 race. We should not be dragging our asses with Arsenal, with Manchester United. We've carried ourselves with grace throughout the whole season. Let us finish with the same grace, please, for crying out loud. It is what it is. Now, we are back in the top 4 race and we need to do something. If we don't win at least 2 games, we possibly might be kicked out of the top 4 race. So, it's a race against time, but that's what we do as Chelsea. It is what it is. If you enjoyed the content, please make sure you give the video a big thumbs up. Share it with your family and friends. Please don't forget to subscribe, please. And turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. I'll be seeing you in my next video.